just to explain to you all, this was a live Instagram feed, but I kept getting cut off, firstly by my Wi-Fi and then by my mobile. So it is a bit stop and start. It's not really been edited much, but I put it out on YouTube so you can all see it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Hiya all my Ali Pallies. Oh, look at this. I've just put some sunscreen around my eyes, but it does make my eyes look very pale. Hello everyone. Now today, I was challenged. Sorry, my teeth look dreadful at the moment. I've got to go to the dentist. Anyway, I keep fussing about my appearance and I mustn't do it. Now, today I have been challenged. Hello, Linda. Hello, how are you, honey? I hope you're feeling better. It's so good to see you. Get well soon, honey. I'm thinking of you. Now, I was asked to do palette bingo. Okay, so last night, so this is in collaboration with Pamela from Granny Makeup and Skincare over 65. So she put this idea to me and we picked the palette. Hello. So I had to go and look at a couple of videos because I didn't know what this was all about. But basically the idea is, like bingo, you pick out some numbers, then you assign some numbers to the palette that you've chosen, and then you promise to do a look using those numbers from the palette. Okay, now, so let me just explain here. This will all be posted later on YouTube. So what we are going to do is, there's my foundation. So what we're going to do is, Jack has picked out some numbers last night. I didn't video him because he wasn't dressed, right? But he picked out some numbers. These are the numbers that were left over, which he screwed up and put aside. I haven't even looked at the discarded numbers. I don't want to cheat. There's no point. And in this envelope, which is sealed, are 5 numbers, right? Okay, so on these 5 numbers, I'm going to assign numbers before I look at the numbers in the sealed envelope. I'm going to assign numbers to the palette. Okay, and then I'm going to use whatever numbered colours, whatever happens. I'm a little bit scared. Because you know me, I'm very creative with my palettes and I like to play with colours. But to have no choice whatsoever over the colours that are going to come out. And Pamela, I nearly called her Granny because of her YouTube name. Pamela is going to do the same with the same palette shortly in the next week or so. I don't know. I haven't been able to get a response from her about when she's going to do hers, but I'm sure she'll be doing hers shortly. So I don't want to put any pressure on her though. So Pamela, in your own time, whenever you're ready, okay? So this is the palette. We both agreed and picked on blood sugar palette. So this is the blood sugar palette. Okay, so I think the best way to number this is going from left to right, left to right, left to right. So there's 16 colours in the palette. So I'm going to start from the lightest, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay? And whatever, so you've seen me do that. I don't know what numbers are coming out. And we're going to go with it. So let me just get some foundation and I'm going to mix some Flawless Filter and some foundation. I'm sorry about this sunscreen under my eyes. It's one that doesn't migrate into the eyes, but it does make my eyes look very pale. So how are you all doing? And are you all excited about tomorrow's launch? I haven't even got my foundation brush out yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting Flawless Filter in shade 5 because I am getting a bit of a tan now. And I'm putting Flawless Filter and I'm going to mix it in with a bit of Magic Foundation and buff it in. Hello, Earthy Souls. So I don't know what this look is going to come out like, which is why I put a grey top on. I'm sort of excited and I'm sort of not excited at the same time. Let me get a brush. Right, let me put some Magic foundation. So I'm going to just mix the two together. Hello, Earthy Souls. What is tomorrow's launch? Who knows? There is a launch of a new Charlotte Tilbury product tomorrow. I put up a video last night. And it says, what's your flawless? And I've been invited to the global launch. And all it says is a top secret launch. And it's going to be launched tomorrow. And the only clue is, what's your flawless? So we've all been guessing over on my channel about what it's going to be. See, this is actually looking a bit light for me, this foundation now. This is 6.75, which is another reason why I've mixed the Flawless filter in. Looks like I've got a lot on, but anyway, let's see how it goes. Another reason why I've mixed the Shade 5 Flawless filter. Hello, Pamela. Pamela, I'm doing the palette bingo. Jack picked out the numbers last night. He picked out 5 numbers, and I've just gone through the palette. So we're going from left to right. Okay, so 1, 6, 7, whatever, that way. Okay, I don't know what numbers are in the envelope. I'm cutting off and on. Oh no, not again. Am I cutting out, everyone? If I am, I'll come off again and I'll go onto my my mobile data. Am I cutting out still? I just put this foundation on. If I'm cutting out still, I will come off and go onto my mobile data. Shall I do that? Because we don't want to get interrupted. Yes? Okay. All right, I'll go on my mobile data. I'll be right back. Right, join me again in a second. Right, I'm now back on. Hopefully that's better now. And I'm just buffing in my foundation. Sorry about that, guys. I should have just set it. At my mobile data. This Wi-Fi is terrible, and I've just deliberately not sorted it out because we're moving very soon. So that's Magic foundation mixed with Flawless filter. I'm sure that's better now. I'm just going to dab a bit more over my brown spotty bits. Hello everybody, and thank you for those of you that have had to get up early to watch this. I do really appreciate it. And thank you to those of you that are in hospital. You know who you are, who are joining me. I also really appreciate it. So, I think that will do nicely. Now, I'm going to use a different concealer today. Just in case. My eyes have been really sore. Now, here's the pollen. But I've been using Magic Away a lot. And so, I just wanted to try something else. Just in case the Magic Away was making my eyes sore. I think, to be honest, anything will make my eyes sore at the moment. But sometimes, if I get sensitive eyes, I just swap around and use something else for a while, just until it calms down. Sometimes it helps. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the cause, but it's just worth trying. So I'm going to use this Bye Bye Under Eye, which is a little bit too light for me though. I might have to mix it. But anyway, let's see. Actually, I know what I'll do. It is a little bit light for me, but I'll mix it with a bit of my foundation. This is medium. Look at that. Medium. You only need a tiny amount of this Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm putting a bit more on my hand because I'm going to mix it. I'll just add a little bit of my foundation to it to make it look a little bit darker. Hello, Carol Howell. Hello, Earthy Souls again. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it. I got a brush with this Bye Bye under eye concealer. So I'm just mixing it on my hand. Hopefully it'll be okay. Once I've blended it in. As you can see, my eyes are looking a bit red. And the reason I wanted to try this, don't worry, I'm going to blend this in a minute, is because it is quite thick and therefore it's not as likely to migrate into my eyes as other ones might do. Although I know I'm getting quite close to my eyes. I'll come back to that and blend it in a minute. This has got, it's a two-sided brush that I got with the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. So it's got a sort of brush for putting it on with and a brush for blending it in with. And I always replace the wrong side with the wrong side lid. One doesn't fit on properly, the other does. And I'm going to nicely prep my eyes because these are all very pigmented shadows. And they can stain your eyes. And then I shall do some powder. I didn't bring any other concealer to the table, but I'll just go over bits afterwards that maybe I want to cover with some Flawless Filter. I just want to get on with this eye look. Right, a little bit of powder, and I shall open the envelope and see what on earth I'm going to be using on my eyes. So let me just get my powder. I definitely want the lighter powder as well. So, right, first of all, I'm just going to put the medium powder on my face. I'm really having to dig into this now because there's only bits at the side of the pot. I'll probably pick up another one. I have got one in my handbag. You know, it's in that palette. But I might just pick up another one tomorrow. This is my shade 2. Well used. And I won't throw something out till it's gone. I'm of that era. I think my parents were of that era. If you spent good money, I'm not going to throw it out until it's well and truly finished. I keep waiting for it to crumble because that's normally what happens when it runs out. And I really have to, it looks like I'm putting a lot of powder on, but it's not. It's just really difficult to get it from the sides. Okay, that should do. You'll see the difference now when I put my shade 1 under my eyes, because this one is very new. And I don't really have to dig around much in that at all to get some powder off it. Oh, that Charlotte Tilbury brush has left another hair on my face. Right, there we go. So we're going to go in with this palette. And I'm going to open the envelope. So remember, guys, just so that you know I'm not cheating, I don't have any idea of what numbers are in the envelope. So we're going to go 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. Oh, right. Yeah. Did I say 16? Sorry. It's 18. But anyway, we picked 5. Well, I say we. Jack picked 5. And here it is in the sealed envelope. Okay. I'm scared. I am actually quite scared. Right. 5 letters. So we have 14, 4, 7, 8, and 3. So let's have a look at what we're going for here. Right, so we've got... Let me put them in order on here so that I can work this out. So 3, 7 and 8. Oh, and 4. 3, 4, 7, 8 and 14. So 1, 2, 3, that one. 4 is that one. 5, 6, 7 is that one. Oh, it's not bad actually so far. 8 is that one. And 14, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, that could have been a lot worse. That is not bad. Phew! That is not bad at all. Right, I've got to keep reminding myself. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is those two. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, it's 3 and 4 is those two. 7 and 8 is those two. And 14 is that one. Right. Okay. Right. I'm just getting that in my head spatially. Hello, my artist. I'm playing palette bingo. So for any of you joining me, I've just picked out some numbers. And I'm not allowed to choose my colours. I've got to use the ones that have been picked out for me by my son. So we're going for 3 and 4, which is these two. 7 and 8, which is these two. And this one. And I think that could have been a lot worse. All right. So, first of all, well, we've got a good transition shade anyway. So that's good. That's helpful. That's something I was really worried about. What if there's no transition shade? It's going to look mental. I'm cutting up again. Oh. Well, I'm going to keep going because I can save this till later. And this is going to be the best it can be using my mobile signal. So I'm now using shade 3 of this palette. If it cuts up, join me later when I will post it as quickly as possible after I finish this video. Yeah, well, it's good actually in a way because it shakes up what you might naturally go for, as long as it's not colours that you are completely outlandish. It's quite good. So that's a nice transition shade on me. So I like that. Now there is Ouchie Candy Flush Tongue Pop. Right, I'm going to do Tongue Pop next, which is number 7. Just to build up that intensity. And colour. I think Palette Bingo has been very kind to me. I really do. So this is shade 8, Tongue Pop. And then, very easy, I'm going to put candy floss on my lids with my finger. Because this one's a shimmery shade. It's quite a light one. And I probably wouldn't have put that. I would have gone for a gold. So it's good. It's forced me to go for something that I wouldn't normally try. I was very, very lucky with those colours, Linda. I'm a little bit disappointed actually, because it hasn't really given me that much of a challenge. I hope Pamela's as lucky. The only thing we don't really have in here is a highlighter shade. But I can't complain because, as I said, it could have been a lot worse. Now, the next one is Cherry Soda. Cherry Soda is number 14. I haven't used Ouch yet, which is the brown. But I've got an idea about how to use that. So I haven't used this one yet. Okay, but I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to tuck this one, which is number 14, into the corner. Whoa! Okay, I thought that was going to be a lot darker than it was. Maybe I'm not quite so lucky yet. Right, I'm just going to place this and I'm going to blend it in. Hopefully it'll look a bit better when it's blended in. That looked a lot darker in the pan. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my blending brush and I'm just going to blend that in. Of course, I didn't know what lipstick to bring to the table because I didn't know what colours were going to come out. So I've bought my new Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks to the table. Wow, that is a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be when I looked at it. But that's good because I would not normally have put this in my crease. So I'm sort of glad in a way, because if it had come out the way it looked in the palette, I think it would have been quite conservative. And you'd have probably all been saying, fix. Now, Jack was laughing last night, and he said to me, oh, it's funny, the numbers. And it gave me a bit of a fright because I thought maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But I told him, don't tell me. And I think he said this morning something about, oh, you can multiply them. But I don't know what he was getting at. He might have just been trying to wind me up. So Jack picked them out of a hat and then placed them in the envelope. And then I scrunched the other ones up so I couldn't see what they were. But I kept them just in case anybody accused me of it being a fix. I think I may have only put in 16 numbers though. I'm pretty certain I only put in 16 rather than 18 numbers. My maths mustn't have been very good last night. So I gave myself even less choice. Okay, so we've got when that blends in, it looks sort of very pink, even though it's red. Now I'm going to see what the red and the other shade that I haven't used yet looks like underneath. This one here. Whether that's going to make it look like a bit of a sort of browny red underneath. I'm just going to get a smudge brush. Because, of course, nobody says you can't mix them together. Come on, smudge brush. That one will do. So I'm going to take the shade 14 and this one up here that I haven't used yet. I'm going to mix them together. Let me put the brown underneath first so I can see what it looks like. Oh, that's nice. Now, you know what? I haven't used that shadow yet because I thought it looked a bit muddy. So I'm glad I've been forced to use it. And this eye, as you can see, is starting to water. Now let's see what happens when you mix it with the red. Ah. It makes it look sort of a more true red. So what I might do actually is in the corner, I'm going to take that brown, this one here, and I'm just going to add some of that into the corner to just make it look a bit more of a true red, so that it gradually goes from red into pink. I think that would work. Yeah, that's going to work. So it goes from browny red to pink, to bright pink. And then I'm going to take my blending brush back. I will have to go as it's cutting out. Okay, don't worry. I will save it straight to YouTube as soon as I come off, Linda. It will save it in my camera roll, so it won't have all the... Mind you, last time I said that, it didn't do it, but hopefully it will. Yeah, that works. Now, I don't know about highlighter. Am I allowed to use a face palette highlighter on my brows? Probably not. If not, I'll tell you what, I'll put a little bit of the pink under my brows and in the corner there. So the pink, the candy floss, I'll put in here. Oh, that's all right. In here. And then I'll take a little brush like this and I will put some of that candy floss. Yeah, I'd have probably picked something a bit lighter up there, but never mind. Sorry about this, guys. I'll just have to carry on and then I'll save it and upload it as soon as I come off. So, that's my eyes done. I probably need to clean up a bit around the sides, which I can do with what's left. I need to clean up where my eye's been watering as well. Let me just clean that up here. Hello, C. Jackie. I've just done palette bingo. So my eyeshadow shades were picked for me from the Jeffree Star palette. Now that's not going to stick underneath because my eye's watery. Excuse me a second. Okay, and I think we need some black eyeliner. Still needs a bit of blending at the sides there. Black eyeliner, I think. So let me get some black eyeliner. I think I put my black eyeliner, the one that I like, in my brush case so that I could find it easily. Did I not? Excuse me a second, guys. I thought I had. Ah, there it is. The other one. I'm going to need to get a sharpener. 1 second. Let me reach over and get the sharpener. Hopefully this will sharpen. It's nearly to the end. It's just so soft. You don't have to... It's not necessarily... This is Yves... Sorry, let me just backtrack. This is an Yves Saint Laurent Kohl waterproof eye pencil. It says it's not waterproof at all, but it is so soft and so pigmented that the reason I like using it, particularly when my eyes are sensitive, is that you barely have to touch your eyes to get pigment out of it. Some other liners last a lot longer, but you have to press a lot harder, and the more I press on my eyes when they're sensitive, the more they start to water. So even though when they water it does run, they're less likely to water with this pencil. I'm just tucking this as close as possible to the lash line, and I'll smudge it in. Smudge it, smudge it, smudge it in. Sorry, I forgot to wave at you, CJ Jackie. Are you a married lady yet? And if so, did you use Charlotte Tilbury at your wedding? See, I remembered you were getting married this summer. I'm just intrigued to know if you're married, and if so, what makeup you wore and how the day went. Trust me, I'm so obsessed with makeup. The first question is what makeup you wore, and the second question is how did the day go. I'll take a little bit underneath. This is where it's going to start watering though. Ah, I'm back. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about the technical hitches. I would sort all this Wi-Fi issues out, but as you know, I'm going to be moving very, very shortly. And it's something I've put off until we move. So thank you for sticking with me, and I'm so sorry. But what I'm going to do now is just finish this off and post it to you all as a YouTube video in a while. So thank you for sticking with me, and I'm really sorry about this. So I'm just now going to try, and my eyes have been watering in between, of course. I've just done my brows, which it said we're trying to reconnect you, so I didn't know if it was still videoing me, and it wasn't. So I just let you know what I've done to my brows. I can't do anything more with my eyes because they're so watery that it's just not letting me even though this is really, really soft, it's not sticking very well. So that's the best I can do. So with my brows, I used Charlotte Tilbury's Brow Lift. I do like this, and I've been coming back to it in the last week or so. The only thing I don't like is it's so fragile that the lids always break. And so for that reason, I keep it in the box. But even keeping it in the box, both sides of the lids are broken. It's just not very resilient at all. But it does do a good job on the brows. Now, I'm just going to finish off by using her Legendary Brows. And then I'm going to get some mascara. And I'm going to find myself... Oh, sorry. I nearly put that on my... as mascara then. This is to go on my brows. Just fill in my gaps. I've got little baby hairs in the way. That'll do. And then I'm going to use mascara. Now, people have been asking me about mascaras. Well, one of you was asking about good mascara when you've got watery eyes. I don't find that my MAC Upward Lash doesn't run, but I am on the lookout at the moment for an alternative because MAC have stopped doing it, and soon my mascara is going to run out because I do use it every day. Now, what I used yesterday, which I was quite impressed with, was Legendary Lashes Volume 2. And I didn't find it ran. So I wish I could get that baby hair to go. Right, so I'm just going to get that because I can get that now that I'm not filming this live. And I'll be right back. I forgot to press play. What am I like? So this is Legendary Lashes Volume 2. It is very volumizing. I'm just not as keen on the brush. And yes, my eye's watering again. I'm going to leave that underneath and clean it up afterwards, because if I start messing about with it again, I'm just going to have to keep covering it, keep covering it, keep covering it. So I'll just do that at the end. Just put a quick second coat on. It's definitely very volumizing mascara. Okay, now I'm going to get a blush and a lipstick to finish off this look, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, before I start, I'm just going to put a bit of Flawless Filter on my cheek area, just to give me a little bit more of a sheen. So you can put this on top of your foundation as well, which will just give you a bit more of a glow and a filter. Because I was looking a little bit too bright under my eyes as well. So this will tone that down, and I'll dab any excess just down the centre. It's actually just, I feel like I'm missing a bit of glow, a bit of wet glow. That's better. Okay, and then I'm going to use the bronzer from the medium to dark Film Star Bronze and Glow, which is this one. Okay. And I'm just going to sculpt my cheeks with it. And then I'm going to take, if I can find it, my setting brush, my Real Techniques setting brush, to do my nose with it. I'm not going to go underneath my nose because I think my nose is quite short, and when you take it underneath, it then makes it look shorter. So I like to just do the sides. I know I have in the past gone underneath, but I quite like to leave it like that. And then, now you see, I probably put a bit of this on the eye as well, but I'm not going to do that because that would be cheating. Palette bingo. And then I'm going to take the highlighter from Bar of Gold Trio, Charlotte's Bar of Gold Trio, because I'm really into Charlotte Tilbury at the moment because of what's about to come out tomorrow. I don't know what's about to come out, but and I'm going to use this darker one and the lighter one together. So this one and this one, not the pink one. And put that over the Flawless filter. And some down the centre of my face. And over my lips. I'm sorry, I've got to cheat a little bit and put a little bit up there just to highlight my brow, because that eyeshadow just wasn't pale enough to highlight in there and in here. Is that cheating? If so, slap my wrists. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I've picked out the lipstick, so I'm going to use Savage Rose lip liner. And then I'm going to fill it in with the lipstick in Lost Cherry. And then over the top again, I'm going to cover it with Lip Luster in Candy Darling, which is this one. And finally, I'm going to finish off by using Charlotte's Cheek to Chic blush in Love is the Drug, which very much ties in with the pinks. I hope it's not too much, but why not? It's Jeffree Star, let's go for it. So I just go around the outside and then brush a bit off on the back of my hand. I was a bit too conservative then. It's better. So this is the swish. And then the other side. And then the pop. The pop is incredibly pigmented. You literally only need to press it on there once on the middle, and it gives you plenty of pigmentation, as you can see. There's a bit more on that side than this. So that's my look. Now, incidentally, somebody did ask me for a very pinky look, so I'm just going to clean up the sides again with this concealer, which I've still got plenty on this brush that I used earlier, just to clean up the sides here. And I'll just wipe under my eyes where this side has been watering and shut my eyes for a minute. And then I'll take that back along. This concealer is actually, believe it or not, is pretty waterproof. But to be honest, today, I don't think it just had time to set before my eyes started to water. I think that's a problem. If your eyes are constantly watering, no product is going to work and stay put unless it's given time to set. So that is my palette bingo look. I shall take a photo and I will upload this video as quickly as I can. If the editing is sort of a bit lousy, it's because I've just uploaded it as it was, as it went out as a live video. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, and sorry again for all the technical problems, and I hope it hasn't put you off too much joining me live, because I love it when you guys join me, and it's so annoying when I can't talk to you anymore. Okay, take care, and I will see you as soon as possible after tomorrow's launch. See you soon. Bye, Ali Pallies. Thank you for watching.